Murray and the Arizona Cardinals.
Well, you folks at home can see the evidence. Snow and supposedly a few inches yet to fall here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Arizona Cardinals and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Now Jones. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Jones on the return.
The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the #1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray at the helm.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Looking to throw again on second down. Murray. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down.
It's third down and 9 yards to go.
Shotgun now for Murray. And that will be incomplete. On fourth down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
Here we go. And 58 is a mic, heavy two.
Off the play fake. Brady looking deep for his, and that's caught inside the 30. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Off play action. Brady looking for the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even know
for them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
To kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now Jones. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles.
Recovered by the Eagles.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble now, great field position.
Number 25, LaShawn.
Yeah, he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard. At the Cardinals' 11-yard.
And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't been 50.
They'll try and run for it with McCoy. Shrugs off another. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were.
Just like that. 58.
From the gun, it's Brady. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Come on. You better break it. $72. 58 for Mike, 58. No, 68.
On 2nd and goal. Brady to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. From 8 yards out, and the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the receiving team.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
To throw again on 2nd down. Murray firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Murray's pass.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
5-yard gain.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Flushed out right.
Yeah, baby.
2nd and 8. Now Hundley. This will be his first throw off the bench.
But he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Throwing Hundley into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. 58, boys. 58. 58. It's Mike. It's been a long day for you. Hey, Alabama.
Brady now on first down. Dancing to his left. And he whips that one incomplete there. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's second down.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
I'm coming after you. Hey, 58 is a Mike. Go 58. Hey, Alabama. It's time, buzz. 58, boys. 58. 58 is Mike. Watch the curl. 58 is Mike.
Shotgun now for Brady. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
Ball on the 8. It's second and 4.
65.
Working from the gun, it's Brady toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down.
There defensively.
Come on, boys, come on. Pack it. 58, right over there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. Now they're staring at a 4th down as Arizona's defense does its job. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Elliott is good. So we've reached halftime here in the... Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it.
St. Gonzalez to kick off.
The Dallas Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Intended for Marquise Goodwin.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Buying time to his left. Gets this one to Joshua Perkins. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. That is caught at the 7. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And it's caught. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Now we have Kelsey, slow to get back to his feet. Appears to be shaken up. 2nd and goal from the 1. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Brady going to look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Let's go, defense. Hey, here we go. Alert. Right over there. Yeah.
Again, they'll throw with Brady. His pass caught at the 4. No gain at all on the play there. That brings up 4th. And if you're going to pass down here, you better get that in the end zone.
I agree with you totally. And as we both know, the field's already condensed. There's just not a lot of space. So you've got to create some.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now Jones. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And their backs really against the wall now. And we knew how tough it would be for them. You're coming on the road, NFC title game, crazy environment, and certainly just not looking good here in the 4th. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Throwing again on 2nd down. Hundley, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Eagles have recovered.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. This is caught. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
One set, eyes up, one set. Alert! 58 to Mike, 58, 58 to Mike. Here we go. Joker. Easy. 72.
Brady going to throw here. This is caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. 2nd and goal from the 1.
59 Mike, 59 Mike, check. Hey, 66. Yeah. Mike's 5'9".
Operating from the gun. Brady, that's caught at the 2. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
The play lost a yard. It's now 3rd and goal.
Brady now on 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Marquise Goodwin. Incomplete.
And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe. Go bandit.
Brady to throw for it on 4th down. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And they get to hoist the Hallis Trophy. Unbelievable victory, moving on to the Super Bowl.
I only hope that these players understand exactly who is behind that trophy. George S. Hallis, one of the creators of this great game of football of ours and creator of the NFL. What an amazing feeling and an amazing accomplishment.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.